Welcome to No Room for Phonies, episode 78, Play Some Games.
That's fun. So we're going
But not like play games where you manipulate people. Play games, like board
unless
games.
when you're playing a board game.
Board games,
manipulate
card
somebody.
games, whatever. So the green light moment, basically I read this. I can't remember what book it was in. I think it's Strength to Strength. I don't know which book it was in.
Okay.
But anyway, if you have a vision for your life, it should embarrass you, scare you, but ultimately be realistic.
That's interesting.
So isn't that interesting?
if
Embarrass
you have a
you.
vision for your life, you would be embarrassed by it.
Well, not, it just like, for example, sometimes when I say that I have a podcast or a blog,
You kind of had that.
that little
awkward
feeling like it's awkward.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people are like, really?
Yeah.
You have a blog? And like, so that kind of a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's intimidating, right?
Yeah.
But it has to be like ultimately realistic, like within your realm of skills and possibility. So because a vision means taking a risk, and vision actually means engaging in something every day that strikes a sense of awe in you. So sometimes when I'm quilting and I create something, I think, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my kind of green light thing. And then the book recommendation is Our Missing Hearts. It's by Celeste Ng Ning Ing. Ing. And she's the one that wrote Little Fires Everywhere.
Oh.
And that's a TV series now. It's an amazing book. So it's about civilized people ignoring the most searing injustice, a boy and his mother's love, and how to survive a broken world with our hearts intact.
Wow. Where have you been reading this?
I read it.
Oh, but hardcover, not audio.
No, audio. I listened to it as an audiobook.
Okay.
It was
don't-
very,
I don't
very, very,
remember.
very good. No, you weren't part of that listening at all.
At all.
At all.
Well, you often play the other ones.
Yeah, no, I know. And
see.
so then the podcast recommendation is not really one specific one, but I know that when you are learning to quilt, it's really good to look for like tutorials and podcasts and blogs and things and about quilting. And to be honest, the one that I like the best is the Missouri Star ladies.
Really?
They're wild, but they're not like, sometimes you can get super precise about things, but they aren't.
No,
like they
they're a
just
little bit more
sew.
relaxed.
Yeah. So anyway, if you Google whatever you're
On YouTube,
quilting,
yeah.
and on YouTube you can find all
Missouri
kinds of,
Star.
and you can find all.
I do appreciate their teaching tutorials.
They have a lot of good stuff. So anyway, that's my
I just
recommendation.
kind of sometimes get whatever. It's just me and manner and people's.
Oh, their mannerisms are like, just whatever. But
I'm
anyway,
just picturing you in a quilting group with them.
yeah, it wouldn't work. So play a game. So the top 10 reasons to play board games.
To build the relationship with the people you're playing with.
Yes, that is one. Do you have another?
I haven't read your list of 10,
Oh, okay. So
I'm guessing.
go. So
completely.
that's on the list. Yeah.
Um,
Think of little kids too, like young kids.
right. Well, to learn things, because you would learn counting and patterns.
Practicing math skills. Number 2. Yes.
Learning how to be humbly competitive.
Yes. Understanding. Well, they say
Being able to
understanding
win
that
and lose.
actions have consequences and learning to make tough choices. Teamwork. Being a good sport, which is the learning to lose.
Realizing when you trust luck, there's no point.
Turn taking, right?
Yeah.
And keeping your mind flexible and active and agile. And some games have a lot of strategy. So
Yeah, some
strategy and
games do
thinking
too.
ahead.
And even if sometimes it's just about remembering what other,
Yeah.
like if it's a card game, remembering what cards have been played and kind of calculating what's in the stack and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's kind of a strategy. And the other one that they talk about is like literally not cutting the cord, but cutting the power cord.
What does that
So that
mean?
you're not always playing video games, that you're
Oh.
actually sitting and playing a
with
board game
board
with your family, that sort of thing.
I understand.
So what are the top 10 board games for families in 2022? What Do you have any?
So these are ratings.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say Monopoly's still in there.
Nope.
Wow. The Bean Game.
Nope.
Checkers.
Nope.
These are okay. Are they all new or?
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
Ticket to Ride was number 1.
Okay.
Number 2 is Herd Mentality.
Haven't played that one.
Number 3 is Sushi
Settlers
Go.
of Catan?
Yeah, that's number 4. Number 3 is Sushi Go.
I wonder what that's like.
Number 4 is Catan. Number 5 is Wingspan. Number 6 is Carcassonne. And number 7 is Photosynthesis. Number 8 is Articulate.
I've seen that.
Number
somewhere.
9 is Rapido, like dough, Dough.
Interesting.
And number 10 is Spot It.
Wow. So there's a whole bunch of new games out there.
And top 10 word games.
Scrabble.
Scrabble's number 4.
Wordle. What we do in the morning every day.
That specifically
I
isn't
guess that's
on
not
the
a
list.
board game.
No,
That's on an app.
no. We're talking board, like
Board games.
a dice game.
Boggle is still on there?
Boggle's not on there.
Mm.
Bananagrams is number 1.
We've played that. We don't.
Yeah,
have
it's in a banana,
It's in the
right?
banana sack, yeah.
You had it at work. Do you still have it in your pile of
In
work junk?
No.
And then the Higgy.
Oh,
H-
yeah, I have that.
I bought that for you. That was number 2. Number 3 is Poetry for Neanderthals.
That sounds good.
Number 4 is Scrabble. Number 5 is Jabuka
Mm.
or Yabuka.
Yeah.
6 is Turn a Phrase. 7 is A Little Wordy.
I like the sounds of these games.
8 is Wordsy.
Mm-hmm.
9 is Letter Jam. And 10 is Word Sweep.
Wow.
So
I could use probably all 10 of those in my classes. at the
So what do
college.
you think I picked as my top game?
Your favorite?
My top game. I have my top 10
Your top
that
10?
I picked. What is your top game? I know you haven't had a chance to really.
Risk. I love Risk.
Is Risk even on my list?
Probably not.
Nope. My top is Dutch Blitz.
Really?
Yeah, I love Dutch Blitz.
Okay, I like it.
And the other one that I really, really like that I didn't put on my list is Pit.
Ugh. I can't stand Pit.
Number 2.
So, I like, so board games, I like
Yeah.
Risk.
Risk is your number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
A game which I haven't seen on the shelves, but I played it when I was a kid called Stock Ticker. I loved it.
Number 2 for me is Cribbage.
I've played it once, so I
really
need to
like
learn.
Cribbage.
I like Whisk? No. It starts with a W.
Whisk?
Not euchre. In university we played it all the time.
Oh, I'm not sure what
It's one of my favorites, and I should remember what it's called.
Okay. Number 3 for me,
Whist. That's what it's
Whist.
called. Whist with a T.
Number 3 for me was Ticket to Ride. I do like that
Really?
game, the train game.
All
I
right.
think it's really cool.
So I'm wondering about that other one, about the flight, the plane, something. It was in the other list. Wingspan.
Yeah.
I bet you that's the same game, but airplanes.
No, it's got a bird on the cover. of
Oh,
it.
okay. Then I'm wrong.
So
The Game of Life.
I have that. Where is that? No, I didn't put it on. Oh, Monopoly and the Game of Life.
Monopoly.
I put.
I liked Rook. I like playing Rook.
Don't have that one.
It's very much like Rummy, but
I have Scrabble as my number 4.
I like Scrabble.
I like Scrabble. And number 5, I have Racco.
Mm.
You don't like it, I
It's
know.
okay.
It's so like not.
It's just not thinking.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a thinking game. So
I like Dutch Blitz.
Yeah. And number 6, Rummy Cube. I like Rummy Cube.
Yeah, I like Rummy.
That's a good one. And 7, I like Blockus.
I don't remember that one.
It's little squares and making. We played it with the kids. I bought it for the kids.
Okay. I do like Pictionary. And
That's because you like to draw.
I know, but I
So
like it.
that's why you like Pictionary. And number 8, I put Clue.
I love Clue.
Clue's a great game. It reminds me of the old days when I used to have murder mystery nights, right? And you'd cook a dinner, and then someone would be the murderer, and
I
someone.
loved those nights. Those were fun.
Yeah, I wonder if you can still get those boxes of
I
murder
wonder.
mystery.
They're probably digital now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Because I know that you can get an escape room game, so I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to spend the money on that.
And then my number 10 was the burrito game that we played with.
We throw the burrito. That was very funny.
That was very fun.
That was with Frank and Colleen.
Frank and Colleen and
Yeah.
the kids. And then you go at some point and hit someone.
You have to pick up the burrito in the middle of the table and throw it at somebody.
Yeah. That was actually
that was very fun.
So those were my 10. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Can you think of any other ones that you really... Do you think families play games anymore, really?
I think so. I don't know if families do. I know like people, well, pre-COVID, people would go to gaming rooms like the
But
one
were they-
downtown
yes.
where you can go for a coffee or a drink and play
then
games.
play,
There's a place in St. Catharines that apparently is back on
like working
working
doing
again.
it again.
A lot of people in their 20s go hang
Go
out there
and
and play board games.
Board games.
Yep. Mhm.
So I mean, when I was in high school, we played euchre
Euchre. Yep.
all the time.
All the time.
But I mean, I
played at Brock. I played whist all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty similar to euchre.
Yeah. So I mean, this
I
is
like
just,
rummy. I played a lot.
I usually like-
hearts. Remember, we taught the kids how to play hearts.
But I mean, one of the things that I did as like when the kids were little, I always bought a game every Christmas.
Every Christmas,
Like,
we would try.
and
a
this
new one.
year, I don't know if I bought one for. I was thinking with Sebastian right now. He has such a small apartment.
Yeah, there's no point.
That I don't want to buy him something that he has to store on a shelf
Yeah.
somewhere. So if he wants to have a games night, he could. And he used to play Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
Remember when he was whatever
in high school, middle
No,
school,
middle school more.
Yeah,
And they would all come and play
that's right.
Magic.
And then we played Settlers of Catan for quite a while.
Yeah, for quite a while.
Mhm.
I mean, some of these games, like I remember playing Monopoly, and you'd leave it set up for
Yep.
like
And you just walk away and come back, and continue.
And I guess the other thing that people did a lot during COVID, I don't know if they do it now, is like big 1,000-piece
Puzzles. And
puzzles.
Yeah.
Which we did a few during COVID, but I just find with like it's another whole hobby that
it is. And the leaving it set up
is
at some point was like, ugh,
yeah.
we wanted the space.
Yeah. So, pardon me, that's a big yawn. Not that games are boring, but I just thought it would be fun to list some of the games. And if you're in the process of Christmas shopping right now, you could
try some of those new
try
ones.
some
that
of
you
these new
listed.
ones. And certainly as a teacher, I had lots of games in my class because a lot of kids weren't experiencing game playing at home.
Well, and
And
it's
so-
just the importance of learning how to lose gracefully.
Yeah.
A little bit of healthy competition doesn't hurt.
But I was thinking, wow, once a month we should invite a different group of people in and play
Yeah,
a round of games. Like that would be a good New Year's kind of
that'd be fun to do.
resolution sort of a thing where you sort of said, okay, every third Saturday or something of the month, we're going to invite a different group of people in and we're just going to play games.
That'd
with,
be fun.
like
Yep.
another couple and just play euchre or like the thing I like about cribbage is you can play it with 2 or 3 people.
Right. So you
So
don't
if you
have
have
to
a
have a
group
4.
of 5,
Then you can have 2 games of cribbage.
right? And if you have a group of 4,
You can have 2 games.
2
going.
games of cribbage. And if you have a group of 6, you can still have 2 games
Yeah,
with 3
that
people.
really is very flexible.
It's a really flexible game. And there is not 3 like lines or 4 lines on a cribbage board. There's only 3.
Right.
So the maximum you can have on one board
Is
is
3.
3 people.
Okay.
So, whatever.
I remember the game with the squirrels on the nuts. That was fun.
Yes. What was that one? Squirrels. Wasn't it called Squirrels? It doesn't
Something.
come up I Googled.
Do we not have it in the basement?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I searched like a lot of different games.
Mm-hmm.
Cards Against Humanity doesn't even come up really anymore.
It had its moment,
Yeah.
right? And then
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. So those are kind of the games that I looked up, and I really would encourage you. But I think we'll get back to you about how we do kind of scheduling a games night, like just to invite a new couple, like, or a couple of people, even just
that we
you
haven't
know. And
really,
then I
that
was
we
even
haven't really even
thinking like
socialized that much
our
with.
little family across the street,
Right.
if we got like a Snakes and Ladders or Sorry or
Yeah,
something
that'd be
like
fun.
that,
Just play with
and
them.
just play with them. Like Snakes and Ladders is
It's a good age.
what was the really is there a princessy one that everybody played?
Candyland?
Candyland.
I don't
Yeah.
know if that's princessy.
No, it
but-
isn't. But Candyland. That
I mean,
was.
I'm sure that you can find a Disney themed
Oh, I'm sure you can
Snakes and
now.
Ladders.
Again. Well, you can find
A
the
Disney princess.
Wellandopoly,
I know that would be cool.
right?
Yeah.
Because that's just fun. But anyway, so I was thinking about that we should try to have a games night once a month.
No, you chose a good topic because it's like going down memory lane,
Yeah.
remembering some fun games that I played as a kid
Kid
and
and
some
the-
games that we played with our kids.
Yeah. So anyway, so we have one more podcast in this year,
2022.
2022, which I can't believe in a way.
I know.
And we're going to do the top 10. You're going to do the top 10 headlines from 2022, and I'm going to do my top 10 headlines.
Like from the news?
From the news.
All right.
And then we're going to just share them.
I like that.
I mean,
idea.
we might go, I think probably we'll hit
And these are our
on-
top 10 in our opinion.
Yes, in our opinion, right. So that's what we're going to do for December 30th. And then on January 15th, we have our first special guest.
Awesome. That'll
So
be nice.
so the January 15th podcast will be our first guest. And I think we'll announce her and the topic on December 30th.
Yeah, 30th.
30th. And then, so every month we'll have a guest. And then the second podcast will be us talking about
What we learned.
what we learned. And then February, I actually have guests lined up for 10 of the 12 months.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that. So I just need to find like 2 more guests. And I have ideas for that, but I just haven't approached them. So
Very cool.
so that's where we are. So the advice today is play some games. Thanks for joining us on No Room for Phonies.
Episode 78.